I turned 30 yesterday, and let me tell you, it was a train wreck I should have seen coming. Birthdays have never been my thing, especially not with my family. For the last 6 years, they've been this forced gathering at my parents' place in the suburbs, where everyone pretends to get along for a couple of hours. My mom, Linda, insists on hosting, acting like it's some grand tradition. My dad, Greg, complains about the cost of the food, but still shows up with his usual attitude. Then there's my younger brother, Tyler, who's been the golden child since we were kids, always ready to one-up me. Every year, it's the same tired jokes, the same underhanded comments, and me counting the minutes until I can bolt. This time, though, it went way beyond awkward. The day started off strange. I woke up to a text from Mom. No, happy birthday, just a Kurt. Don't be late tonight. We've got something special planned. That set off alarm bells. Either she'd gotten me another pair of clearance rack socks, or they were plotting something weird. My family's not known for warm fuzzies. Dad's the type who thinks yelling is parenting, and Tyler's always been their pride and joy, so I'm used to being the punching bag. I shrug it off, head to work, but the bus is late, and my phone's down to 10% because my charger's on its last legs. By the time I get to their house at 6, I'm already in a mood. Walking in, the air feels thick. They're all in the dining room, acting normal, but Tyler's smirking at his phone, and Mom's fussing with these tacky decorations she'd never usually touch. Dad's giving me this look, like he's waiting for me to mess up. There's a cheap party hat at my place at the table with a big F on it. I ask what it stands for, and Mom laughs. Oh, just a little family fun. You'll see. Dinner's the usual mess, Tyler bragging about his latest promotion, Dad making snide remarks about how I'm still figuring things out at my tech support job. I keep my head down, sneaking glances at my phone when I can. Mom's already halfway through a bottle of wine, which means she's about to get real opinionated. After we eat, they roll out this massive box, way too big for a normal gift. Mom's beaming like she's won the lottery, and Tyler's got his phone out, recording. I know I'm walking into a trap, but I open it anyway. Inside is a giant, gaudy trophy, probably 3 feet tall, with "World's Biggest Flop" engraved in tacky letters. There's also a fake certificate, printed on cheap paper, declaring me the most unsuccessful son in Comic Sans. To top it off, there's a sash that says "Failure King." They burst out laughing, Dad slapping his knee, Mom's giggling like a teenager, and Tyler's narrating for his social media, zooming in on my face. I'm sitting there, holding this stupid trophy, while they're losing it. Dad says it's all in good fun, that maybe this'll light a fire under you. Mom launches into her favorite story about how I never stick with anything, and Tyler's reading comments from his followers, who are eating it up. I can see them reacting in real time, people I don't even know, laughing at me. I tell them to cut it out, but that just eggs them on. Dad calls me a snowflake. Mom says they're just trying to wake me up, and Tyler keeps filming, saying this is going viral. I'm humiliated, but they don't care. They've always seen me as the screw-up, ever since I chose a tech job over Dad's dream of me becoming a lawyer. Tyler's their star, and I'm just the guy they tease to feel better about themselves. I slam the trophy on the table, tell them I'm done. Mom tries to play it off, but she's mad I'm not laughing. Dad gets up, gets in my face, says I'm proving I can't handle a joke. He pokes my chest, not hard, but enough to make a point. I tell him to back off. Tyler's still filming, saying I'm about to have a meltdown for the internet. I lunge for his phone, but he dodges, and Mom shoves me back, saying I'm ruining everything. Dad tells me to leave if I can't take it. I grab my coat, throw the sash on the floor, and storm out. Tyler yells after me that I'll always be a nobody. I hear Mom whining about how I spoiled her night as the door slams. Outside, it's dark, and the street's quiet. I stand there, trying to figure out why I keep showing up for this. My phone's almost dead, but I check it. Tyler's already posted the video, and it's got comments from strangers calling me pathetic. I'm furious, but then it hits me. I'm the one keeping their lives online. Mom's Etsy shop, Dad's car club website, Tyler's fitness influencer brand. I build it all, maintain it all, for free. They don't even know how it works. They just assume I'll handle it because it's not a real job. I get home, plug in my phone, and start thinking. They crossed a line, and I'm not letting it slide. I've got plans, and they're not gonna like what's coming. They'll remember this birthday, but not for the trophy. I barely slept that night after the birthday disaster. My brain kept replaying the whole scene. Dad's smug grin, Mom's fake giggle, Tyler's phone in my face. What stung most was seeing Tyler's video online, racking up likes from people I'll never meet. Strangers were commenting stuff like, "What a crybaby," and "This guy's a total bust." It's one thing to take heat from family. It's another to be a laughingstock for some random dude in Ohio. I spent hours scrolling through old texts, emails, anything to distract myself, but the anger just kept simmering. By morning, my phone was blowing up with family messages, and I knew I had to do something. I woke up to 20 unread texts in our family group chat. Mom started with her usual act, pretending everything was fine. "Great to see you last night. Hope you liked your gift." Like a giant, flop trophy was supposed to make me feel warm and fuzzy. Then Tyler chimed in, posting screenshots of his video's reactions, his buddies laughing, calling me the family joke. Dad piled on with a lecture about how real men don't get bent out of shape over a little ribbing. They were rewriting the night to make me the problem, same as always. I didn't reply. Instead, I made coffee and let the messages stack up. My phone was my only link to them, and I wasn't ready to deal. Here's the thing. I'm the guy who keeps their world spinning online. Mom's Etsy shop, selling her homemade candles. I set up the storefront, manage the payments, fix the glitches. Dad's car club website, where he brags about his vintage Mustang. I built it from scratch, update the photos, handle the hosting. Tyler's fitness brand, with his workout videos and protein shake promos. I designed the site, linked his socials, even troubleshoot his live streams. They don't pay me a dime. They don't even say thanks. They just assume I'll do it because it's easy for me. But after last night, I was done being their tech slave. Tyler called around 10, left a voicemail saying it was just a prank, lighten up. I deleted it. Mom texted next, asking if I could swing by to fix her shop's checkout page. It was acting funny. No mention of the trophy, no apology. I ignored her and logged into the admin panels for their sites. One by one, I changed the passwords Mom's shop, Dad's club, Tyler's brand. I didn't shut anything down, just locked them out. Then I set each homepage to display a simple message, site under maintenance. Contact administrator. Nothing flashy, just enough to cause a headache. I knew it'd screw up Mom's orders, Dad's club posts, Tyler's video uploads. Good. Let them sweat. By noon, my phone was buzzing nonstop. Tyler sent a string of messages, freaking out because his site wouldn't let him post. Fix this, man. I've got sponsors waiting. Dad texted in all caps. This isn't a game. Unlock my site now. Mom called twice, left a voicemail saying her customers were complaining, and could I please just take a quick look. I let it all pile up, sipped my coffee, and started cleaning my apartment. It felt good, like I was finally taking control. I wasn't their doormat anymore. Around 3, Mom's tone shifted. She texted again, sounding rattled. I can't process refunds. People are upset. Can you come over? I knew why she was stuck. I'd rerouted her shop's email notifications to a dead-end folder. Tyler tried a different angle, messaging me on every app he could think of, saying I was tanking his career. I muted him for the day. Dad sent a voice message, his voice low and serious. Family doesn't do this. You're acting like a kid. Fix it. No sorry, no nothing. Just the same old, you owe us routine. I deleted it and kept cleaning. The real kicker came at dusk. Mom left another voicemail, her voice shaky, saying she didn't mean to upset me at dinner, but I needed to think about how my actions were hurting everyone. Classic mom, make it my fault while playing the victim. I almost felt guilty, but then I pictured that trophy, Tyler's smug face, Dad's finger in my chest. Nope. I wasn't budging. I went for a walk to clear my head, ran into my neighbor, Pete, outside our building. He's a chill guy, older, always tinkering with his motorcycle. He asked if I was okay, said he'd heard me slam my door last night. I just said, family drama, and he nodded like he'd been there. Made me feel a little less alone. Back home, I saw Tyler had tried calling from a different number, probably one of his gym buddies. I got a text from his girlfriend, Sarah, who's always been decent to me. She said Tyler was losing it, asked if I was okay. I replied, not your mess, but thanks. She said she was caught in the middle, and I felt bad for her, but not enough to fix anything. I sat down and started writing out everything I do for them. Every hour spent debugging Mom's shop, updating Dad's site, building Tyler's brand. I turned it into an invoice, priced high because why not? I listed every account I control, every password I manage. I emailed it to the family thread with a note. Until this is paid, everything stays locked. No more free rides. 10 minutes later, Dad called, screaming that I was extorting them. I said it's not extortion, it's business. He hung up. Mom texted, saying she couldn't believe I'd betray her like this. I replied, believe it. Tyler stayed quiet, which was weird, but I knew he'd crack eventually. I posted a vague story on my private Instagram, just a photo of my coffee mug with the caption, done playing nice. Only a few friends saw it, but it felt like a small win. Right before bed, I got an email from Dad, copied to Mom and Tyler, threatening to take action if I didn't restore their sites. I laughed. They've got nothing, and they know it. I'm not their tech guy anymore. Let's see how long they last without me. The next morning, I woke up to a phone that looked like it was having a seizure, notifications piling up like snow in a blizzard. I figured they'd be mad after I locked them out of their sites, but this was something else. Mom, Dad, and Tyler were hitting me from every angle, texts, calls, even emails. It was like they thought if they buried me in messages, I'd cave. Spoiler. I didn't. I made my coffee, sat on my couch, and watched the chaos unfold. For the first time in forever, I felt like I was the one holding the cards, and let me tell you, it was a rush. My phone showed 32 missed calls by 9 in the morning. Mom was leading the charge, leaving voicemails that started sweet. Honey, let's talk. We can sort this out, and ended with her usual guilt trip. You're making this so hard on all of us. Tyler was next, texting like a man possessed, saying his sponsors were furious, and he was losing followers by the hour. Dad kept it short, sending one-line messages like, fix it, and you're embarrassing us. I scrolled through the family group chat, and it was a mess. Mom posting sad emojis, Tyler ranting about his brand, Dad throwing in random jabs about how I was proving I'm unreliable. They were trying to spin it like I was the bad guy, but I wasn't buying their act anymore. Truth is, I'm the only reason their online stuff works. Mom's candle shop brings in decent cash because I optimized her listings and fixed her payment glitches. Dad's car club site is his pride and joy, and I keep it running smooth so he can show off to his buddies. Tyler's fitness empire, those slick workout videos and affiliate links, all me, from the website to the email campaigns. They never learned a single password, never cared how it worked, because I was always there to clean up their messes. But after that flop trophy stunt, I was done playing their game. I checked the admin panels for their sites, and sure enough, error logs were piling up, failed logins, bounced payments, customer complaints. Mom's shop was getting hit hard. Her customers couldn't check out, and refund requests were stacking. Tyler's site was frozen, no new posts, no affiliate clicks. Dad's club page was just a sad, under maintenance screen, and I knew his buddies were probably giving him grief. I didn't feel bad though. They'd laughed in my face, humiliated me for the internet to see. This was just consequences catching up. By midday, Tyler upped the ante. He posted a story on his public Instagram, not tagging me directly but making it obvious, with a caption like, "Some people think they can hold your dreams hostage. Keep shining anyway." His followers jumped in, leaving comments like, "Who's the hater?" and "Stay strong, bro." A couple of his gym buddies even DM'd me, one calling me a jerk, another asking what was up. I ignored them. I was tempted to post that trophy photo and spill the whole story, but I didn't want to stoop to their level. Let Tyler play the victim. I had bigger plans. Mom tried a new tactic around 2, sending an email that sounded like she'd been crying. "I didn't know you felt this way," she wrote, "but you're hurting everyone. My shop's falling apart. Please, just fix it. No apology, just more poor me." I replied with one line, "Pay the invoice." Dad called next, left a voicemail saying I was destroying the family name, and that his car club guys were talking. I saved it for proof. He never says sorry, just doubles down. Then Tyler's girlfriend, Sarah, texted again, saying Tyler was a mess, and could I at least unlock his site for a day. I told her, no payment, no access. She didn't reply. I decided to push harder. I drafted a new email to all 3, attaching the invoice again, but this time I added a detailed list of everything I've done for them. Hours spent coding, debugging, updating, all unpaid. I doubled the late fee for every day they delayed. I wrote, "Pay in full, or the site stay down. No negotiations." I sent it and blocked their replies so they couldn't flood me with excuses. Then I went for a walk to clear my head. The city was alive. Kids playing in the park, cars honking, life going on like my family's drama didn't exist. I ran into Pete, my neighbor, again. He asked how I was holding up, and I just said, "Taking care of business." He chuckled, like he knew exactly what I meant. Back home, I saw Mom had tried calling from a friend's number. I didn't pick up. Tyler sent a desperate text. "You're killing my career, man. Name your price." I sent him the invoice again, no comment. Dad emailed, copied to his car club buddies, trying to shame me. My own son's sabotaging me. I replied to everyone, "I don't work for free. Pay up." That shut them up for a bit. By night, Mom left another voicemail, her voice breaking, saying she was humiliated and couldn't sleep. She said I was letting the family down. I deleted it halfway through. They'd spent years tearing me down, and now they wanted pity? Not happening. I sat down and started planning my next move. I wasn't just going to sit back and wait. I drafted a second invoice, this one with a deadline, 3 days to pay, or I'd transfer their domains to a holding account they'd never access. I didn't send it yet, just saved it. I posted another vague Instagram story, a photo of my laptop with the caption, "Work's work. Pay or walk." Only a handful of friends saw it, but it felt like I was drawing a line in the sand. They thought they could bully me into fixing everything. They were about to learn I wasn't bluffing. Tomorrow's when their next payments bounce. Mom's shop, Tyler's ads, Dad's hosting. Let's see how they handle it when their whole online world grinds to a halt. Day 3 of this mess, and my phone's practically vibrating off the table. I knew Mom, Dad, and Tyler would lose it after I locked their sites, but this was next-level panic. They were throwing everything at me, calls, texts, emails, even dragging other people into it. It was like they thought if they made enough noise, I'd roll over and fix their stuff for free. But I was done being their tech janitor. I poured my coffee, checked the chaos on my screen, and let them stew. For once, I was calling the shots, and it felt like I was finally standing up to years of their garbage. By breakfast, I had 40 missed calls and a group chat that looked like a war zone. Mom was flipping between begging, "Please, just talk to me," and guilt-tripping, "You're breaking my heart." Tyler was all over the place, texting about how his sponsors were bailing and his followers were dropping. Dad stuck to his usual playbook, sending short, angry messages like, "Grow up," and "You're killing us." The family chat was a circus, Mom with her sob stories, Tyler whining about his career, Dad acting like I'd betrayed the family honor. They were still trying to paint me as the villain, but I wasn't falling for it. I'd seen that flop trophy. I'd heard their laughs. This wasn't about a joke. It was about respect they'd never given me. I'm the guy who built their online lives from the ground up. Mom's candle shop? I coded the site, set up the payment system, even wrote her product descriptions. Dad's car club page? I designed it. Keep the server running, handle the email list. Tyler's fitness brand? I built his website, linked his social media, fixed his video uploads when they crashed. They don't know a single login, don't care how it works, because I've always been there to bail them out. For free. But after they humiliated me on my birthday, I was through. Those sites were my work, and they were about to learn what happens when you bite the hand that feeds you. I checked the site logs, and it was a mess. Mom's shop was drowning in failed transactions. Tyler's ad revenue was tanking. Dad's club page was getting complaints from his buddies. I'd locked them out, set everything to under maintenance, and it was hitting them hard. Mom's customers were leaving bad reviews, Tyler's followers were ghosting, and Dad's car club was the butt of jokes. I didn't feel sorry. They'd made me a punchline for the internet. Now they could deal with the fallout. Tyler tried a new move around noon, posting another cryptic story on his Instagram. Some people want to see you fail. Rise above. His fans ate it up, leaving comments like, screw the haters. A few of them DM'd me, some calling me out, others asking what I did to poor Tyler. I didn't respond. I thought about posting the truth, that trophy, their laughs, but I wasn't going to play their social media game. Mom sent a long email, voice cracking in my head as I read it. My shop's ruined. People are calling me a scam. I didn't mean to hurt you. Still no real apology, just her playing the victim. I replied, invoices waiting. Dad called, left a voicemail saying I was ruining his legacy. I saved it, just in case. No sorry from him, ever. Then things got weird. Dad showed up at my apartment around 3, banging on the door, yelling through the buzzer, open up, we're talking now. I stayed quiet, watched from my window as he stood there, red-faced, before driving off. Tyler's girlfriend, Sarah, texted, saying Tyler was falling apart and could I just unlock his site for a few hours. I told her, pay first. She didn't write back. Mom tried calling from her neighbor's phone. I didn't pick up. By evening, she sent another email, saying her customers were harassing her. Her reputation was shot. She tried the old, everyone's watching you line, like I'd care about her gossip circle. I replied, hire someone else. I decided to crank it up. I sent them a new email, invoice attached, with a breakdown of every hour I'd spent on their stuff, coding, troubleshooting, updates, all unpaid. I tripled the late fee and added a clause, pay within 48 hours, or I transfer the domains to a locked account. I sent it, blocked their replies, and felt a weight lift. I went for a walk, the city buzzing around me, dogs barking, kids on scooters, normal life. I ran into Pete, my neighbor, working on his bike. He asked if I was still dealing with that family stuff. I said, yeah, but I'm handling it. He gave me a nod, like he respected it. Back home, I saw Tyler had tried calling from 2 different numbers, probably his gym pals. Mom left a voicemail, practically sobbing. I'm so ashamed, please stop this. I deleted it. Dad emailed, copied to his car club, saying I was disgracing the family. I replied to all, pay for the work, get the sites. That quieted them for a bit. Then Tyler's buddy, some meathead I barely know, DM'd me, saying I was petty and should be a man. I sent him the invoice and blocked him. By night, I posted another Instagram story, just my coffee mug, captioned, value your work, folks. A few friends liked it, and it felt good, like I was staking my ground. I started drafting a final notice, pay up, or I wipe my admin access and let their sites rot. I didn't send it yet, just saved it. Tomorrow's when their next payment cycles fail, Mom's shop orders, Tyler's ad links, Dad's hosting fees. They're gonna feel it when their cards bounce and they can't even log in to beg for help. They thought they could laugh me off, call me a flop. Now they're scrambling, and I'm just getting started. They'll figure out soon enough. I'm not the guy they push around anymore. Day 4, and my phone's a war zone. I knew Mom, Dad, and Tyler were freaking out, but this was something else. Desperation dialed up to 11. They've been hammering me with calls, texts, and emails, trying to guilt or scare me into unlocking their sites. I'd locked them out of Mom's candle shop, Dad's car club page, and Tyler's fitness brand, and it was hitting them where it hurt. I sat with my coffee, watching the notifications roll in, feeling like I was finally the one in control. After years of their jabs and that flop trophy stunt, I wasn't backing down. They were about to learn I'm not their free tech guy anymore. I had 50 missed calls by 10, plus a family chat that was pure chaos. Mom was in full panic mode, texting, my customers are furious, I'm losing everything. Tyler was begging, saying his sponsors were pulling out and his brand was dead. Dad stuck to anger, sending messages like, you're a disgrace, and fix this now. They were still acting like I owed them, like I was the problem for standing up. The chat was a mess, Mom's teary emojis, Tyler's all-caps rants, Dad's one-word threats. I didn't reply. I'd sent them an invoice for all my unpaid work, hours of coding, debugging, updates, and tripled the late fees. They hadn't paid, so their site stayed dark. I'm the one who made their online worlds run. Mom's shop was thriving because I fixed her glitches and set up her payments. Dad's car club site was his ego on display, and I kept it slick and functional. Tyler's fitness empire, his videos, his affiliate links, I built it all, managed the tech, even saved his live streams from crashing. They never learned a password, never thanked me, just assumed I'd keep it going because it's just computers. But after they humiliated me on my birthday, I was done. Those sites were my work, and I was taking them back. The site log showed carnage. Mom's shop had dozens of failed orders. Tyler's ad revenue was 0. Dad's club page was a ghost town. Customers were slamming Mom with one-star reviews, Tyler's followers were bailing, and Dad's buddies were mocking him online. I didn't feel bad. They laughed at me, posted it for the world to see. This was just their mess catching up. Tyler tried a new angle, posting an Instagram story. Betrayal hurts, but I'll bounce back. His fans piled on, some demanding me to call me a loser. I ignored them. I wasn't playing their game. Mom emailed around noon, her words dripping with drama. I'm humiliated. My friends are talking. Please stop. No apology, just her usual victim act. I replied, pay the invoice. Dad left a voicemail, voice shaking. You're ruining my name. This isn't who we raised. I saved it. No sorry, just blame. Then Sarah, Tyler's girlfriend, texted, saying Tyler was breaking down and could I give him a break. I said, no payment, no access. She didn't reply. Mom tried calling from a friend's phone. I let it ring. Dad sent an email, copied to his car club, saying I was tearing the family apart. I replied to all, pay for the work. I pushed harder. I sent a new email, invoice attached, with a 48-hour deadline. Pay, or I'd lock their domains permanently. I listed every task I'd done, every late-night fix, every unpaid hour. I sent it, blocked their replies, and felt like I was shedding years of their weight. I went for a walk, the city alive around me, kids laughing, cars cruising. Pete, my neighbor, was outside, tinkering with his bike. He asked if I was still fighting the good fight. I said, they're learning the hard way. He laughed, said, good for you, kid. Back home, I saw Tyler had tried 3 different numbers, probably his gym crew. Mom left a voicemail, sobbing. I can't do this. Everyone's against me. I deleted it. Dad's buddy emailed, saying I should be a man and fix things. I sent him the invoice and blocked him. By night, I posted an Instagram story, a photo of my laptop, captioned, respect the work or lose it. A few friends messaged support, and it felt solid. Then something weird happened. Mom's friend from her book club met me, saying Mom was a wreck and could I help. I said, she knows the price. It was wild, random people getting pulled into their drama. I started drafting a final move. If they didn't pay, I'd transfer their sites to a dummy account and walk away. I didn't send it yet, just saved it. Tomorrow's when their next payment cycles crash. Mom's shop, Tyler's ads, Dad's hosting. They're gonna choke when their cards bounce and they can't even whine to their customers. They called me a flop, made me a joke. Now they're the ones scrambling, and I'm not lifting a finger until they pay up and own what they did. They're starting to crack, and I'm just warming up. By day 5, the tide was turning, and I could feel it. My phone was still a mess, 60 missed calls, texts piling up like junk mail, but something had shifted. Mom, Dad, and Tyler weren't just mad anymore. They were desperate. I'd locked them out of their online lives. Mom's candle shop, Dad's car club site, Tyler's fitness brand, and it was sinking them. I sat with my coffee, scrolling through their frantic messages, and for the first time, I felt like they were finally seeing me. Not as the family screw up, but as the guy who'd been holding them up all along. They'd crossed me with that flop trophy, and now they were paying for it. The family chat was a meltdown. Mom was pleading. Please, I'm losing customers. I can't keep up. Tyler was straight up begging, saying his sponsors were done and his brand was toast. Dad was quieter, but his texts had a new edge. We need to talk. Now, they'd gone from yelling to bargaining, and it was wild to watch. I'd sent them an invoice for all my unpaid work, years of coding, fixing, updating, and a 48-hour deadline to pay or lose their sites forever. They hadn't paid yet, but the cracks were showing. I didn't reply, just let them stew. I'm the backbone of their digital world. Mom's shop was a cash cow because I streamlined her checkout and fixed her SEO. Dad's car club site was his pride, and I kept it polished, from the photo gallery to the member forum. Tyler's fitness empire, his workout plans, his affiliate deals. I built the platform, managed the tech, even saved his, but when his streams crashed. They never cared how it worked, never paid me, just expected me to keep going because it's not real work. But after they laughed in my face on my birthday, I was done. Those sites were mine to control, and I was done giving them a free ride. The site logs were brutal. Mom's shop was bleeding orders, Tyler's ad clicks were dead, Dad's club page was a joke among his buddies. Customers were slamming Mom with complaints, Tyler's followers were unfollowing, and Dad was getting roasted online. I didn't blink. They'd made me a punchline. Now they could deal with the blowback. Tyler posted another Instagram story, playing the martyr. Some people want to tear you down. Keep grinding. His fans jumped in, but fewer than before. His shine was fading. A couple of his buddies DM'd me, one threatening trouble, another asking me to chill. I sent them the invoice and blocked them. Mom tried a new angle, leaving a voicemail that sounded like a soap opera. I'm so sorry if we hurt you, but you're destroying us. Still no real apology, just her usual fix my mess routine. I replied, pay up. Dad emailed, copied to his car club, saying I was shaming the family. I replied to all, pay for the work, get the sites. Then Sarah, Tyler's girlfriend, texted, saying Tyler was losing it, and could I give him a day? I said, no payment, no deal. She didn't write back. Mom's book club friend called, saying Mom was falling apart. I told her. She knows the terms. I doubled down. I sent a new email, invoice attached, with a 24-hour deadline. Pay, or I transfer their domains to a locked account. I listed every task I'd done, every unpaid hour, and added a clause. No more family favors. Pay up front or hire someone else. I sent it, blocked their replies, and felt like I was breaking free. I went for a walk, the city humming, dogs running, music blaring. Pete, my neighbor, was outside, polishing his bike. He asked if I'd won yet. I said, getting there. He grinned, said, don't let him walk over you. Back home, I saw Mom had tried 2 different numbers. Tyler left a voicemail, voice cracking. Man, I'm screwed, just name a price. I sent the invoice again. Dad's buddy emailed, saying I was being unfair. I sent him the invoice and blocked him. By night, I posted an Instagram story, a photo of my desk, captioned, work ain't free. Friends messaged support, and it felt good. Then something new. Tyler sponsored MedMe, asking why his site was down. I said, ask him to pay his bills. The guy didn't reply, but I knew Tyler was feeling the heat. I drafted a final notice, pay by morning, or I'd wipe my admin access and let their sites crash. I didn't send it yet, just saved it. Tomorrow's when their payment systems tank again. Mom's orders, Tyler's ads, Dad's hosting. They're gonna choke when their customers bail and they can't even log in to beg. They called me a flop, humiliated me online. Now they're the ones pleading, and I'm not budging until they pay and admit what they did. They're breaking, and I'm ready to push it to the end. Day 6, and it all came crashing down, not just their sites, but the whole facade they built around me. My phone was a battlefield, 70 missed calls, texts, emails, even messages from people I barely knew. Mom, Dad, and Tyler had gone from angry to desperate to something else entirely. Surrender. I'd locked them out of Mom's candle shop, Dad's car club site, and Tyler's fitness brand, and it had broken them. I sat with my coffee, reading their pleas, and felt something new, not just power, but peace. They'd called me a flop, laughed in my face, but now they needed me. And I wasn't going back to the old ways. The family chat was a graveyard of their egos. Mom was begging, please, I'll do anything, just fix it. Tyler was groveling, saying his career was over without his site. Dad, for the first time, sounded small. Let's work this out, son. I'd sent them an invoice for my unpaid work, years of coding, fixing, building their online lives, with a 24-hour deadline to pay or lose everything. They hadn't paid yet, but their messages showed they were out of moves. I didn't reply, just watched them unravel. I built their digital world. Mom's shop was a hit because I made it user-friendly, fixed her payment bugs. Dad's car club site was his baby, and I kept it running, from the forum to the newsletter. Tyler's fitness brand, his videos, his sponsorships, I coded the site, linked his ads, saved his streams. They never learned to log in, never paid me, just assumed I'd keep it up because it's not a real job. But after that birthday stunt, I was done. Those sites were my leverage, and I was using it. The site logs were a bloodbath. Mom's shop was buried in refund demands. Tyler's ad revenue was gone. Dad's club page was a laughingstock. Customers were trashing Mom online. Tyler's followers were vanishing, and Dad's buddies were roasting him. I didn't flinch. They'd humiliated me for the world to see. Now they could face their own mess. Tyler posted a last-ditch Instagram story. Tough times, but I'll rise. Barely any likes, his brand was tanking. His fans met me, some angry, some confused. I didn't answer. Mom's friend called, saying Mom was a mess. I said, she knows the deal. Then it happened. Tyler cracked first, sending a payment, half the invoice, with a text. Please, man, I'm begging, unlock it. Mom followed, paying her share, emailing. I'm sorry for the dinner, just fix this. Dad was last, sending his payment with a short note. We went too far. Let's talk. I checked the transfers, real money, not promises. They'd also sent apologies, weak ones, but in writing. I didn't unlock anything yet. I replied to all. Full payment, better apologies, and a signed agreement. No more free work. You've got 12 hours. I wasn't letting them off easy. I went for a walk, the city alive, kids biking, music playing. Pete, my neighbor, was outside, cleaning his bike. He asked if I'd finished him off. I said, almost. He laughed, said, proud of you, man. Back home, I saw they'd paid the rest. Their new apologies were better. Mom admitted the trophy was cruel. Dad said he failed as a father. Tyler owned up to using me. I restored their sites, sent them new logins, and removed myself as admin. I emailed, we're done. Hire someone else. Don't call me for tech. I meant it. They tried to play nice after. Mom texted, can we start fresh? Dad wrote, family's family. Tyler sent a thanks, bro. I didn't reply. I changed my number, locked my socials, kept email open for distance. Their friends messaged, saying I should forgive. I ignored them. I started a new project, a freelance tech site, my own rules, my own pay. A week later, Tyler's brand tanked anyway. He'd lost too much trust. Mom's shop limped along, but her heart wasn't in it. Dad's club fizzled. His buddies moved on. I didn't care. I was free. I posted one last Instagram story, a photo of my new business card, captioned, built from scratch. Friends cheered, and it felt right. They called me a flop, tried to break me. Now they were the ones scrambling, and I was building something real. Pete saw me later, said, "You look lighter." I was. I'd burned the bridge, and I wasn't crossing back. For the first time, I wasn't the family joke. I was the guy who walked away and won.